Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, February 13th, around 8:03. This is a special meeting of the Finance Committee of the Darien Board of Education. First item on the agenda, next meeting is March 20th of this committee, and first item on the agenda is the January 2025 financial report.
So this is the financial report through January. We are showing a projected deficit of 47,698. However, this is an improvement of 144,625 from last month. The changes include, we did have a placement, temporary placement change in our district tuition, saving 140,196. We do have a vacant custodial position at the high school, and we have salary savings of just over 2,300. We did have turnover in the painter position in the maintenance department, and that did save $1,200. And then we have step and level savings at a middle school club for $823. In total, the general education RCs are forecasted at a positive 15,331. Special education RCs are forecasted at a deficit of 63,029. That is primarily due to the excess cost change. Just going through the RCs, as I mentioned earlier, the custodian account shows a positive balance of 2,344 as we do have a vacant position. Student interest clubs at the middle school shows a positive balance of 823. We do have step and level savings in robotics. In RC 12 maintenance shows a positive balance of $1,262. And again, that's salary savings from turnover in a painter position. Moving to RC 24. Tuition is showing a positive surplus of 224,278. As we have one student who returned to district and another student who will need a new placement. We did budget for excess cost reimbursement at 70%. As we mentioned last month, the reimbursement will be 59.96%. We are waiting to receive our first initial installment of excess cost, which should come in the next 2 weeks. But this is a deficit of 287,307.
Questions? Go ahead, John.
It's not a finance question. Is there a way in the report to highlight what is new and what is something, because it's sort of a mix from
Sure.
RC to RC?
So the new are in that chart in the beginning.
So that's it.
Everything else is the same. Yep.
Rich, the tuition, the return to district, so that's the out of district tuition that we're not paying now. Is that net of any cost within district too?
So there's two. There was one from last week, or last month, I should say, where a student returned to district. And so that's part of the savings. This savings is actually a student who was outplaced to another facility and is not going to be going to that facility and is in a temporary placement and will be going to a new placement. And so what you're seeing in that bulk of savings, that $140,000, is that temporary change in placement.
So so that's a temporary savings that will go away once they get into the new placement? Is that?
So we have money earmarked for when they go into the new placement. And so this savings is just that time period for that temporary placement.
So it's not a savings that'll go throughout the next few months, right?
Correct. We'll have that for the year and then, but you're going to, it's not savings you'll see into next year.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the new placement would take place starting next year, not in a month or so.
No, the hope is that it starts in the spring, from what I hear for sure.
So basically, this is accounting for the gap.
It's almost like what you'd have with like salary savings, if you equate, where you have like a gap in time in which somebody is employed, where you're just not paying that payroll. It's kind of similar to that.
Okay.
It's not a recurring savings, it's just.
It's a one-time savings,
Yeah.
correct?
Okay.
Any other questions?
Can you just talk about the turnover? We kind of skipped over RC 18.
Sure.
Just briefly.
So we had 42 teachers turnover this year for savings of 264,000, 22 paraprofessionals turnover for savings of 138, and that's due to the new salary schedule. The balance in turnover right now is extinguished. So we do budget a credit for turnover, and so that is extinguished. We have small amounts that we're leaving in the individual accounts. As I mentioned, so like that maintenance position for the painter, and then the custodian position, but we've extinguished turnover for the year.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, I don't think we have any budget transfers.
So there are no transfers for January.
Okay, moving on to public comment.
If anybody in person or online would like to participate in public comment, please approach the podium or use the raised hand icon.
No one's here. Anybody raising?
No
hands?
raised hands.
Okay, so